Hello everybody and welcome back to part 4, the finale of Killing Time Resurrected for Nintendo Switch. Because, yeah, in the last part we got every single key and all the winged vessels, so we're now at the absolute endgame. Because there isn't much else to find and collect or anything, because besides killing all the enemies, but that's not really mandatory, so we just have to go and complete the game at this point. And yeah, this attack speed increase is pretty much useless because every single enemy has been dealt with, at least in this area. So now we just have to make our way back to the estate for our final showdown. Because in the original there was really only hypothetically one boss in the game, but now in this version, well, there is a bit of a twist to it now. Well, that was added to the PC version, so it's only natural that it's still included in the Resurrected Remaster version. Yeah, right now I'm just double checking for stuff because I want to refuel my flamethrower because it's almost, well, it's not almost empty, but I still want it topped off. Then this was what I found before, which we had used a fair bit of it earlier, and now it's almost to max. I don't know if there's actual fall damage or not, because I know, well, there's certain spots where you will die if you go into super deep water, but I never really tested if you had actual fall damage, where you fall down from a certain height and take damage or just straight up die. But with that ammo stash picked up, we have a nearly full flamethrower, and almost every single weapon is to the max. And there's still a couple more Ankhs that we can pick up, but those are near the end of the game here. And just making our way back along these areas that we've pretty much cleared out. That pretty much topped us off, I think. Well, I think that one probably did. Because those field canisters give kind of very... Yep, we're all maxed out. Everything is... all the ammo that we can carry right now. Which for the end game is good. So I will comment real quick before we fully enter the estate. Is that if we take a look here, because... like just taking one last real good view of the mansion before we enter it, but yeah, if we go over here, we can see these two towers here. Like, there's two towers over here, and there's another pair over here, which we have actually been to these towers, although we haven't actually entered them yet, and that'll be obvious why in a little bit. So now we head inside for the final time at this point, because now we get to clear out the mansion fully.
Help me.
I'm not sure what I was doing. I was just doing quick checks. So now we get to enter this room.
Help me. Finally. You have gathered together enough of my spirits so that I can communicate, but we must hurry. This entire island is trapped in time. Some, like myself, are spirits without a body. Others were less fortunate. They roam the island, poor, hapless zombies. No one can rest while the water clock exists. You must go quickly to the attic and destroy the water clock.
Yeah, it makes more sense when you have at least most or all of the quick divine help, but it makes more sense when you have pretty much all of the winged vessels at this point.
If I'm right, this ritual will give me eternal life, but one slip up and I could join the pharaohs. No. There's no way this body is going to grow old. No way this mind will grow feeble. I was meant to be young.
darling, never leave my side.
Massive vanity there, but
You're every woman I ever dreamed
yeah,
of.
each portrait does something different. Like
There is no
Byron here,
There is no one
he
like
spawns the Anubis heads, while Robert just spawned the maids, who are just going to happily busy cleaning about the room. Lydia spawns fire, and
the island.
the clock doesn't show anything new, but accessing the Duncan portrait allows us to head up to the attic, which was frankly a lot bigger and more substantial in the 3DO version, and this is one heck of an oddball room. And this is where we get to encounter one of those, actually get to encounter a conversation from before, but this is like, look at this weird art deco. It's like, bleh. Very weird, but also very highly artistic. But it's such an unusual room.
Beware of Duncan. He's no longer just a man. He's possessed by the evil force of the Egyptian god Seth.
And now we get to place all of our vessels here, but just because we're putting them here doesn't mean we don't have access to them still. This is more or less just like a quote-unquote key placement. I'll get all of these placed down. And now, the magic seal has been released, which means that the doors here that has all the colors on them are now able to be opened. Except currently only this one, but the others will open soon too. And yeah, the attic was kind of dinky in this version, so it was a lot bigger place to explore.
Tess, my darling, we're not getting any younger.
We will be soon. Nothing. I really must get ready for tonight.
That's I was thinking. Maybe we could.
Yes? Could what?
Maybe we could get married.
Could get married. Married? Why on earth would I want to get married?
You said you wanted to be with me for eternity.
Eternity, yes, but not as your wife. I don't belong to anyone or anything.
But what about our plans? We were going to build an empire. We were going to put this place on the map.
To use up my fortune funding smugglers and gangsters? No, Duncan. Be realistic.
You didn't seem to mind smugglers so much when they got you your precious clocks or your booze for your
They
parties.
serve their purpose, but that doesn't mean I'd marry one.
It's not good enough for you, is that it?
Oh, come on. Tess Conway and a scheming little bootlegger. You're hilarious. You know, sometimes I think you're actually serious. Be a dear and fetch me another gin and tonic. And I want you looking sharp tonight. Byron and I will be unveiling a little surprise.
I place my last drop of life into this vessel. But I will pass not into the field of reeds. My body, scattered like that of Osiris, will keep time in its place. I will wait until I am whole again.
Let Duncan live! But let him be cursed by the evil of Seth. Let him feel the power he craves until it has driven him mad.
Where is she, boss?
I don't understand it. She was right here.
You're sure she was dead?
Of course she was dead. You idiot. I left my dagger right in her chest.
That ain't gonna look too good.
That's why we're here. What was that?
I don't know. Maybe it was Tess.
It came from the attic. You check it out, Mike.
What is it? Ah!
That last bit was basically a Stu's routine of, you go first. And so I was like, come on, go ahead or whatever. But yeah, that there's a Unk pickup, and yeah, we're not far from the end here. The water clock is just on the other side of this door.
Mortal, I am now the avatar of Set, ruler of the night. Your soul belongs to me.
If I stand around. Yeah, in this case, thinking about it, Duncan here is actually the earliest form of an enemy stalker that existed in gaming before Nemesis was made in Resident Evil 3, because he actively pursues you around the map. And he did so, I think, yeah, he did do so in the original version 2 to some extent. Like, he would follow you around in the attic a lot because, well, why don't you just kill him? Well, you can get rid of him, but he doesn't stay gone for very long. So yeah, those doors that we've counted 4 of those doors before around here, and those are specifically the towers that we have to get to, because reason being, the main water clock is actually being protected by a bunch of other ones that were gathered up, and Duncan just appeared there. He teleports around. Sometimes he'll inadvertently teleport outside the map, but because he will actively always try to get to you, he will materialize back in the map, so it's best to try and avoid him unless he gets right in your way. So, like, here, kind of want to get rid of him, and I'm missing terribly. I'll say they certainly improved his death animation here. Well, it's the same as it was in his video version, but it kind of just played rapid fire, and it just made faint grunts. Here it actually makes the pain noises of sorts as he fades out. They have to use that here because there's a lot of them. Just use the knife because it was that close. So yeah, we have to scale these towers in order to... Oh, he's right here. Wait. So yeah, even though we've never really fully dealt with these stupid faces yet. And this is where more of the Anubis heads are. And so this here is a neat feature that wasn't really evident in the original, in regards to the video version. We can actually see the water clock from here, from these towers, and we destroy that, the beam goes out. So therefore we have to get rid of all of these in order to... Whoop. We have to get rid of all of them in order to make it vulnerable for us to destroy. All the while we're, having to deal with this bozo stalking us all over the place. And he will follow you outside of the mansion too. It's like, he won't just stay in the estate. He will actually chase you outside the island if you absolutely get where the doors are. But just have to remember, the doors are within each wing, there's 2 doors in each wing. So like in the west wing there's 2 towers, and then the east wing there's 2 towers. So we're dealing with the west wing currently, if I'm remembering correctly. And again, it feels like I'm barely hitting these stupid things. Don't think I didn't know you were there, bud. Just need to watch that happen. So now we've dealt with this one, we have to hop on over and take care of the other one. Ow. I hate when he spawn hits you. And also, yeah, this is the only place now where that rather kind of grand epic music plays is in these tower sections. And it kind of makes sense. This is literally like the final thing that we have to do. Would have been better if possibly it overrid the rest of the music or throughout the estate now playing this tune rather than just exclusively in the towers. Would have made it a heck of a lot more interesting. Although I kind of get why. Yeah, he's very vulnerable to the shotgun. So, like, usually 2 to 3 shots will get rid of him, depending on how well the RNG is in your favor. Surprised he didn't aggro earlier. Yeah, sometimes you take care of these things instantly, and sometimes it feels like they take way more shots than they should. I just got around that nicely. And this takes care of this entire side of the estate. Oh, just have to be careful. Snag these rounds on the way down. Yeah, it's a good idea to try and pick up rounds slightly on the way up trip, but usually save them for the way down. At least say the bigger ammo caches. And yeah, this sometimes happens where he's literally waiting for you at the base of the tower door, which is a fairly decent strategy. So now we just have to get out of this area. And I'm going the wrong way. Go down this way, it's... Yeah, like in this case, having the slightly sluggish controls isn't a good thing. It's, no, don't want to go that way. Here we go. Yeah, dealing with the sluggish controls with Duncan following you around isn't a great experience, but managed to get through fairly unscathed there. And so we saw this one a while back. Hopping on this one. At least they went down easy. Okay. Sorry if I went a bit quiet there, but I figured you would like to actually hear the music for once, for a little bit there. So now we just have one tower left to go. Now I'll take out the Thompson for now. Slightly use the countertops to your advantage in this instance. Also, yeah, all of the spirits and stuff have disappeared at this point. Remember, once you open up that door. And I went the complete wrong direction. But this is where that door was. He is persistent. But then he is the penultimate boss, so he should be persistent. Yeah, I'll take care of this guy first. In that cramped of a space, there was basically no avoiding damage there. I'm running a little bit low on top of this round, so I have to go back to the shotty. Sheesh. Just one more of those things to go. And of course it's blocking the way. Couldn't really kite him around there like I could in other instances. Now let me go up these stairs finally. I guess that could have been a proper instance to being able to knife, but I'm in a hurry. I can't really take the time to do it because Duncan can spawn at any second. Definitely save that for a return trip. Sometimes it feels like you just took care of him and he's back again. And there we go. And of course, a bit of a last minute ambush. But it gives us some goodies. Cheap shot. Yeah, he was just up there and now he's over here. He just teleports around all over the place. There's not too much of a reason to collect ammo now, but still it's a good idea to stock up a little bit. Of course he showed up at the bottom of the doorway again. Grab that stash I had left behind a while ago. See? Foreplanning. Just gotta get out of here. And back upstairs. And surprisingly I managed to fill up on everything. Just gotta get up to the room and... in this case, I managed to sneak around them, and unfortunately, I wanted to not harm the mage, but this one literally got herself stuck on the stairs, so I was hoping she would come down, but she just kept not... then there was no way to slip by, so I had to unfortunately kill her to get through. And just booked it up the stairs as fast as possible. And decided to take it out with the knife. And he was outside.
You. Should have killed you when I had the chance. I'm such a fool.
My soul is whole once again. I suppose I should thank you. The evil of Duncan and Set have been defeated, my murder avenged. With the powers granted to me by Isis, I have become immortal. I no longer need the water clock to keep this island in thrall. Matinicus is mine once more. No living soul will ever dwell here again. And now for your reward. You shall have the honor of staying with us on this island forever.
How about no when you enjoy my flamethrower instead? Yeah, this is the instance where I just down all the wind vessels to reap their benefits, although some are kind of useless, but I just, rather than just trying to take the time to make sure I select the correct ones, I just use them all. And so it gives us quite an ample amount of instant ammo and all that stuff.
This is impossible! I'm immortal! I'm immortal!
Hargrove was right all along. The water clock and its power were very real, just as real as Tess's greed and treachery. The Archaeological Society will be fascinated if I can produce some proof of the clock's existence. I'll return to the island tomorrow with the right equipment so that I can gather the clock's ashes and properly catalog any remnants I can find. With proof, the Society will certainly fund me to fully investigate the Conway estate. Maybe they'll even spring for a new watch.
And so concludes this technical playthrough, but just a post-commentary of Killing Time Resurrected, which, again, is a game that, even though I never played it, I never really forgot it, although I've been meaning to mention this. There was almost a fan-made definitive version of Killing Time sometime back. Like a couple years ago, I saw somebody was working on a GZ Doom conversion, which would have been amazing if they had actually completed that one. I don't know if I think they might have abandoned it at this point, but it was basically going to allow you to be able to play both the PC version, but obviously more optimized and run better in the Doom engine, while also allowing you to play the 3DO original, which was like you just had to pick which one you wanted to play at the time, and there you go. But that was some years ago, and I don't think that has gotten any updates or anything because it wasn't even released yet. It was just somebody was just posting their progress footage of that. But this is pretty much the definitive way to play the game at this point, because it has because it uses the superior map design of the PC port, and while you can then play with the original 3DO assets in regards to the weapon sprites and of course the enemy actors, which had the PC enemies get a little bit of an upgrade to actually kind of match aesthetically with the 3DO actors, although it wasn't fully exact, obviously, but it was a unique blend in my opinion, and it works. And I don't know why, I just don't care for the PC graphics of the enemies and the weapons very much. I don't know, it just looks... Meh, I can't really describe it, but still, this is like the best way to actually play this game now for folks that are interested in retro games, and like any of the gripes that people have had with the PC version in regards to the way more cryptic puzzles and stuff like that. A lot of that stuff was addressed in this version, because that one pillar, in order to get the access to one of the earliest keys in the mansion, that one pillar that you're supposed to interact with was just identical to all the other ones, whereas here you can very clearly see it's different from all the other ones, so you know to interact with it. Even if you hadn't watched any of those other videos or whatever. And that's about all I have to say. Oh, wait a minute. Almost forgot about it. Duh, the ending. So, in the original version of the game, you went through a larger version of the attic, basically accomplishing the same tasks of having to destroy those fake clocks and then get to then find and destroy the real one, all the while Duncan is following you around in that area, while playing the more ominous attic music, which sadly plays only very briefly in the brief time you spend in the actual attic. It was like, I don't know, I kind of wish the attic was a bit bigger in a sense, but with how it was designed, they had no way of actually changing that layout very much. But then, in the original, once you destroyed the clock, that was it. You then kind of, you just straight up get killed, basically, in the end. While here, that ending is still present, but it's only if you if you fail to defeat the new boss against Tess herself, which is a unique feature. So you get an actual ending where you get to live or get a bad ending if you fail. And yeah, pretty much the best way to ensure that you actually get to win is to just reserve the winged vessel usage, get those 2 extended uses, so therefore it's 3, and then use them all right at the end there, right when she appears, so you can defeat her, because all those enemies and her attacks, that can take you down really quick. But that's all I got for you now. So, see you in the next project, whenever that is.